Hello, welcome in our virtual training workshop of 21 days of effective communication. Today is our second day of this training, and our topic is how to avoid interrupting other people during a conversation. Now let's start with the name of Almighty Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. Today we are going to examine how often we interrupt other people and then work on giving your conversation partner the time and space they deserve. Interrupting others is the main cause to spoil communication and relationship. Actually, it is a habit to ask questions or say something while another person is speaking during the communication process. In this lecture, we will talk about what is the habit of interrupting others, how to avoid it, along with the useful practices and some valuable tips that will help you to avoid this habit effectively. If someone asks you to identify the most annoying communication habit ever, what would it be? Admittedly, there are a lot of habits, but most of us will agree that being interrupted is among the most irritating habit ever. Interrupting people is easy to do, and most of us vastly underestimate our frequency. For example, if you participate in a heated discussion, you might want to jump right in to exert your voice again and again. If you are passionate about an idea, your enthusiasm might bubble to the surface. But that's where the challenge lies. Even if your ideas are excellent, your conversation partner will be too annoyed if you interrupt him. He thinks that you are not giving them the enough attention that they deserve. By your interruption, you are insinuating that your thoughts and ideas are more important than theirs. As you know from your personal experience, interruptions derail your thought process. Interruptions also make someone feel disrespected. If you value someone and their ideas, then at least give them the courtesy to let them finish. You need to choose the same principles for others that you like for yourself. Always remember your success depends on positive interaction with others, and this is only possible by giving them full respect and let them speak easily and freely. Without any exaggeration, interrupting can completely destroy your chances of developing a good relationship with someone. People will start ignoring or avoiding you. Look at the picture in the screen. What do you see in it? Two men interrupting each other by holding microphone in their hands. Look at their faces. You will clearly see a sign of anger on them. They both are going to spoil their relationship sooner or later. Now I am going to give you some useful tips. These tips will help you to avoid interrupting others and make you a good listener by improving your listening habits. First of all, set some realistic goals and choose a small reward as a suitable incentive. For example, you could promise yourself that if you give up this habit, that is interrupting others, or any other bad habit, you will pick up your favorite magazine, your favorite dress, or a chocolate bar on the way back to home. The simplest solution can be the best. Keep a small sticky note on your computer monitor to remind you not to interrupt others. It features a sketch of a closed mouth just beneath an ear. It will glance at it when you are on the phone or webcam. It reminds you that if you strive to grow your relationships and your business, you need to let other people speak. When an average person has got some idea or expression in his mind, then he is so excited to talk that he ignores his conversational partner's speech. However, there is a good advice that they were simply taking a breath or gathering their thoughts. To avoid accidentally interrupting, silently count to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 before talking or responding. It will seem like an eternity to you, but the other persons won't even notice. If they have got more to say, they will say it. If they are silent, then now it's your turn to speak. Maybe you think you do it once or twice per conversation, but in reality, you have breaking in almost every time the other person speaks. Write down any points you want to make in advance. While you can't take notes during an unplanned conversation, you can take a list with you to a scheduled meeting. When you know that your key points are strategically bulleted on a piece of paper, it is easier to refrain from interrupting. In formal meeting, you can also make notes of your thoughts when someone else is speaking. Once they have finished, you can then refer to your notes and ask for clarification. Always remember that your silence is just as influential as your voice. No one likes a show off or a person who appears to love the sounds of their own voices. On the other hand, everyone respects someone who let other people speak and exercise caution when offering their own opinion. If the thought of keeping quiet terrifies you, consider that your interruption habit might spring from a sense of insecurity. Some chronic interrupters feel the pressure to prove that they have thoughts of their own or even that they have earned a place in the room. Does this sound familiar? If so, your interruption habit might be more than just an annoying quirk. It might be time to examine any underlying feelings of inferiority and address them, either by yourself or with the assistance of a qualified therapist. The phrase bite your tongue can be taken literally here. When you feel the urge to interrupt, sandwich your tongue between your teeth. The sensation will act as a constant reminder not to butt in. You can also hold a candy in your teeth. It will help you to keep your mouth closed. No doubt, Allah Almighty make man a fixer or a responder. He is always ready to respond whenever he sees something or encounters with something. As a result, sometimes the nuances of conversation or shades of a conversation or seriousness of a conversation are lost, and we spend the entire discussion focusing on what can I do or how can I help. So, when someone is talking about an issue, the fixer is already working on the problem and devising an answer or response, which they will probably blurt out mid sentence. Sometimes it isn't about improving anything or fixing anything. Racine says, sometimes it is just about listening and about being there and supporting someone. During stressful conversation or fight, it is suggested that repeating back what your partner has just communicated. Not verbatim, but a reframing of what was said that shows them that you not only heard it, but that you also understood it. It's a really good listening technique. So if someone says to you that I am angry at you because you hurt my feelings, then saying back to them, so what you are saying is because I did this thing that caused you pain, you are now angry at me for not making a better decision. That way, the conversation stays about what they are trying to convey and what they are saying to you, and less about your reactivity to it. Today's exercise is really very simple. What you have to do is you have to count that how many times you interrupt other people in all your conversations, and then use the tips above to stop yourself and try to master them. Then you should try to talk with at least 3 to 4 people. It is even better if you can do this while you are in a group. Then make a list that how many times you interrupt others during your conversations. Although it's a tough habit to break, but your friends and family will thank you for it. It will be a blessing if you master the art of keeping your mouth shut. Thank you very much, guys. Here we finish this lecture on interrupting others. We hope that you enjoyed much and learned a lot of new things with us. We are waiting for your valuable feedback. Keep watching our YouTube channel. For more trainings and upcoming lectures, please subscribe our YouTube channel.